How's it going, everybody? I'm your host, Matthew Boyd. That's Ariel Martinez over there in the panda costume.
Getting the views up.
This is episode 3 of the HandWrap Podcast, where every week we rap to you about who's going to get these hands. So, the support's been crazy this week.
Okay, I'm taking this off now. I did it for the views.
The support's been crazy this week. I appreciated the views. We doubled our views almost from the previous episode. We're getting a lot of support.
We're going crazy right now. We're the top podcast of UFC in Toronto, and I don't care about Toronto. We're trying to take over the world. And if there's other UFC podcasts in Toronto, because I don't think there is, no hate. Let's collaborate.
If there is, I don't know you. So, but
I looked it up. I think we're like one of the only ones, if not the only one.
That's lit. Okay, so before we get started, I want to give a shout out to my boy King 12 Diaz. We're gonna put his Instagram and his YouTube right here. King 12 Diaz. He streams UFC 4 and the new Undisputed video game, the boxing video game.
Have you played him in UFC 4?
No, I haven't played him. Yeah, he'll probably smoke me. He's sick.
Oh,
he's sick, and I'm sick at UFC 4.
Talk your shit, boy. Talk your shit, bro.
He's sick. But yo, shout out to King 12 Diaz. If you want to support the podcast, you want to support us, do me a favor, do this podcast a favor. Go over to his Instagram, King 12 Diaz. Hit that follow button. Go over to his YouTube. Hit that subscribe button.
And tell him the HandWrap Podcast sent you.
Yes, tell him the HandWrap Podcast sent you.
Podcast.
The podcast. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, last week we got some big dubs on those long shots.
Yeah. So the viewers know. That'll be 2 weeks ago because we...
Yeah, but last week's pay-per-view or fight night, it was 2 weeks ago we spoke about it. But last week's, if you remember Lipsky, we spoke about her 2 weeks ago. Yeah. She was a long shot and she got that dub. Martinez beat Said Nurmagomedov. That was a big
This
dub.
guy got a couple underdogs, right?
And then
rubbing it in my face the whole event.
And then I said Merab was going to win by decision if he didn't get knocked out in the first couple rounds, and obviously we know Merab won by decision. So before we get into this Cheeto Vera Corey Sandhagen card, I'm a boxing fan. I'm a combat sports fan.
Boxing sucks.
He's not a big fan of boxing, but I'm a big fan of boxing. Next weekend, during the Sandhagen card, there is one fight I want to talk about. It is David Benavidez against Sweet Hands Caleb Plant. Sweet Hands Caleb Plant, 22-1. His only loss was against now undisputed super middleweight champion Saul Canelo Alvarez. Basically the biggest boxer and the best boxer pound for pound in the world right now. So I know Caleb Plant wants that back. So after he lost to Canelo, he went on what he now calls his revenge tour. And his first fight was against Anthony Duriel, who became a rival. Anthony Durrell's big thing was, I'll never lose to a white boy. A white boy could never beat me. But, I
like him. I like him already. Don't know who he is, but I like him.
Skin color don't win fights. This win fights and this win fights. And Caleb Plant proved that when he hit him with the left to the body and a left hook from hell, spun his head halfway around.
Oh, yeah. I did
Exorcist.
See that. I see the highlights.
Yeah, spun his head around like the fucking Exorcist, knocked him fucking clean out, and did the little had to bury the beef.
Turned him into a gif.
Yeah, he had to bury the beef. And then, so he's going up against David Benavidez. He's 26-0, undefeated. He is the WBC interim super middleweight champion right now.
Bro, all these boxers, they're like 25-0, 26-0, and fight nobody. They build up their record.
This is what I'm about to get to. So, David Benavidez, El Bandera Roja. What is that? The red flag?
La Bandera Roja. Yeah, the red flag.
The red flag.
That's why this guy's wearing a red flag? No, I'm not dapping.
You can't dap up for a red flag? No. El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez. I don't like this guy, man. I think he's a fake tough guy. He does a lot of talking for the cameras. His dad does more talking than he does.
Shout out to his pops. Support your son.
Yeah, support your son. But he does a lot more talking than even David does. And I think He's never really been tested, and Caleb's hungry to get that fight back against Canelo. So I'm taking the underdog in this fight. Sweet hands, Caleb Plant.
Caleb Plant's an underdog?
Caleb Plant's the underdog in this one because he has one loss, and Benavidez is undefeated, even though I don't think he's really ever been tested.
Got any more boxing talk?
No, that's it for the boxing talk. We could go and get into this UFC card.
This card is pretty good, man. The main event should be in like a actual UFC event, but I'll take it.
So
early event.
Well, yeah, it's a pretty good event. We're gonna start off here in the main card. We'll start with Alex Perez against Manel Kopp. So Alex Perez is on a 2-fight losing streak. His 2 last fights were against Davison Figueiredo and Alex Pantoja, who is the number 1 contender for Brandon Moreno's flyweight title. So those 2 losses, you can't really be like, oh, he's shit. Like, he lost to 2 great dudes. And now Manel Kopp he's on a 3-fight win streak against 3 guys that I don't really know, but he knocked out 2 of them in the first round, and then he went to a unanimous decision. So I'm not too concerned about that, but I think Alex Perez is going to take this one. Strictly, he's on the 2-fight losing streak, and the 2 fight guys he lost to are the 2 best guys in the flyweight division, other than now champion Brandon Moreno.
I'm going to have to disagree with the host. I'm going to go with Manel Kopp or whatever his name is.
Just Kopp, Starboy.
Kopp Starboy. Okay, I'm going to go with the Starboy for sure. Just because I seen that he's got some early knockouts early on in his career. He knocked out people in the first round. He seems like a guy that goes for the knockout, and I think he's going to knock this guy out.
All right. Well, hey, that's a bet.
That's a bet toss. By the way, guys, I'm just getting over a cold. If you see me sniffling and my voice doesn't sound right, I apologize.
All right. So next up in the card, we got Machete Albert Duriel against Bang Bang Chidi and Jakwani.
I thought this one was before the last one. That's why I was confused right now.
No, they switched up the card now.
Okay, I'm looking at the old card.
Yeah, they switched it up because once Alex Caceres is no longer in it, they switched it up now. So Chidi and Jakwani against Albert Duriel.
You're pretty good at mentioning these names because this guy's name is Njoku
Jakwani.
Yeah.
So if you remember, you will remember this fight because his. I'm gonna tell you.
No, I know Chidi Bang Bang.
No, I'm telling you straight off the bat. I'm going with Njoku strictly off. So he was on a win streak, and then he went up against Gregory RoboCop Rodriguez. Remember, he cut him right in the middle of his forehead. And he still came back and won that fight.
He lost. Rodriguez won that fight.
Yeah, Rodriguez won that fight. That's what I'm saying, with the big gash in his face. But Njoku
was fucking him up.
He was fucking him up in the first round until he got knocked out. So based strictly on that, I'm going with Njoku on that one.
Yeah, me too.
Albert Duriel, his last fight was a doctor stoppage TKO against Joaquin Buckley. So
yeah, but Buckley's a dog, bro. I like Buckley. I seen him on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he's a big dude, eh? He's huge.
Yeah, he's big, but I'm still gonna go with Chidi by TKO.
Yeah, for sure. So let's move on to this next one. I like the nicknames. Some of these nicknames in these the fights on this card. We got KGB Andrea Lee against Macy. Her
name is KGB?
Yeah.
You know what the KGB is?
Yeah. The
you watch
Russian wrestling.
They're the guys trying to get Franklin, bro.
Yeah. Against the future Macy Barber. So Macy Barber's last win was against Jessica I, which is I guess that's a pretty decent win. Andrea Lee is coming off a loss against Vivian Arajau. You know who that is. If you've seen her face, you'd be like...
what I know is Macy Barber, one of her 2 losses ever, because she only has 2 L's, is to Alexa Grasso, who just submitted the Queen.
The Queen, yeah. So I'm going to tell you right now. So Andrea Leah is, I believe, 34, and Macy Barber is like 26. So I'm going to go with the youthfulness or 24. Sorry, Macy Barber. I'm going to go with the youthfulness on this one. She's on a 3-fight win streak right now. Her last loss was 2021 against Alexa Grasso. So I'm going Macy Barber by
Me too,
finish.
bro. We're
Macy
agreeing a lot on this one.
Macy Barber by finish, I think.
I think I seen her in the last fight. She seemed a lot. Even her last 2 fights, she seemed a lot more skilled than her opponent. She seemed like she's in a different league. You know what I mean? So like Macy Barber's a dog, man. She's more skilled than most of her opponents. She was getting a lot of knockouts early in her career, but her last like 4 fights or so have been decisions. So I'm gonna go. She's gonna keep on that roll, and she's gonna get a decision. Macy Barber by decision.
All right.
I don't think that Andrea Lee is gonna be able to keep up with her pace.
No, her pace is unmatched.
Yeah.
For someone like that.
Yeah, she's a dog.
She's on her way up. That's for sure.
She's a female dog. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah. So the next fight we have Nate Landweer, who was supposed to fight Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres, but for some reason Alex Caceres is no longer fighting. So Austin Lingo is stepping in. Austin Lingo was supposed to fight last weekend against Ricardo Ramos, but Ricardo Ramos missed weight by like 12 pounds or some shit. So Austin,
that means he was scared, bro.
Yeah, so Lights Out Lingo didn't get to fight. And I know this guy picked Lights Out Lingo, and I was going Ricardo Ramos. So I'm gonna stick.
Your boy was scared.
I'm going Nate the Train Landweer is gonna.
Bro, what's with you? And what do you got against Austin Lingo? Austin Lingo, come on the pod.
is gonna beat Austin Lights Out Lingo. Yeah, neither of them have had any big fights as of late. No one of.
But they don't have that many fights. They got under 30 fights between them.
Yeah. No one of any stature. So I'm just going to go. Nate has a few more fights. So I'm going to go with the experience on this one. Nate Landweer.
It looks like we got our bet because I'm going Austin Lingo. And
right,
I'm not even going to get into why or how because I don't know. I'm just going against you.
Let's go. All right. Let's get in.
Now we're getting to the juicy stuff.
Main event, ladies and gentlemen.
Holly should have stayed home.
Holly, the preacher's daughter, home, is going up against Foxy Yana Santos. I don't know how foxy she is, but I don't
She's
judge.
bad, bro.
I don't judge.
Yana Kunitskaya.
Oh, okay.
Bro, Holly Holm fought once in the last 3 years and she lost to the same person that Yana Kunitskaya knocked out.
Yeah, to Caitlin Vieira. Yeah, no, she unanimous decision. Caitlin Vieira. She didn't knock her out.
Oh, I thought it was a knockout.
No, they're both coming off a loss. Yana beat Caitlin Vieira. Holly Holm.
Holly Holmes is old, bro. She's like what, 41?
She's 41 years old.
Not saying 41's old, guys, but for UFC, you're on your way out.
Yeah. You know what? I think Holly Holm's got one more in her. I seen her do a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu match recently.
Matthew Underdog Boyd.
I love me some underdogs.
Yes, you do. You're right sometimes, so I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna let you talk shit.
And you know what? I'm looking at the odds right now. Holly Holm is the favorite. No cap. Holly Holm is a negative 210 favorite to a plus 175 Yana Santos.
I'm taking Yana Santos. Not Yana Santos. Wait, no. It's a Yana Kunitskaya, not Santos.
No, it's Yana Santos.
I got Yana Kunitskaya.
I don't know. Is she blonde and
yeah, and she looks
from Russia?
Yeah, and her record's 14-6-0 and one no contest.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe she got 2 last names. We gonna find out.
Yeah, Holly Holm's about to fight a handicap match against 2 motherfuckers, a Russian and a Mexican.
So yeah, I'm going Holly Holm. To be honest, I did not know she was the favorite, but either way, I'm going Holly Holm. I've been right on these underdogs lately, by the way, guys. So if you are looking for betting advice,
listen, bro.
Yo, sometimes you're up, sometimes you're up.
For this right card, now, for the last video, I had a guy message me and he's like, "Yo, I hope you're right," and he showed me he put a $2,500 bet, $2,500 because I said Justin Gaethje last video.
Yeah, Gaethje and Usman.
He put on Gaethje and Usman, yeah, by just to win, yeah. I'm like, bro, listen. Don't come for me, you know?
We just talk shit on the podcast. We doing this for fun, guys.
Bro, he wins $10,000 if he wins. And, yo, I think that's... That's good, but like 2,500, I don't know. My other boy's saying make expensive bets. I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to go broke making this podcast.
Yeah. No, we ain't doing all that.
But on the Holly Holm topic, I feel like she got that Masvidal effect where she got a crazy knockout that's historic, which is the Ronda Rousey one, because Ronda Rousey was like on top of the world. No one thought
undefeated.
Yeah, she was that bitch, you know.
Yeah.
And then I think it was a head kicked her, right?
Head kick,
and then knocked her out. So like after that, Holly Holm was like took that stature, you know,
and
like
she
she's
ran
that.
With it.
Yeah, but like she didn't really do much with it. Same with Masvidal. Masvidal beat Nate Diaz after her, but like you thought they were unbeatable, they were untouchable, they were on top of the world, right? Yeah. But she took some L's. Masvidal too took some L's. I feel like the hype got to her head, and I think she's a little overrated, to be honest. Everybody expects so much for her, like she's untouchable, but realistically, she hasn't been the same since Amanda Nunes knocked her out.
I mean, that is true. So let me just... So since she beat Ronda Rousey, I'm not going to mention too many names here because I don't want to be putting fucking 30 pictures here.
But she barely fights. She fights like once every 2 years.
So when she knocked out Ronda Rousey in 2015... Cold-blooded. Then she lost by submission in 2016, lost by decision in 2016, decision in 2017.
3 losses.
Then she won in 2017.
By nobody. Who she beat?
Beth Carrera.
Don't know.
Okay, then she lost by decision. Then she won by decision. Then she got knocked out by, obviously, Amanda Nunes. Then she went on a 2-fight winning streak. And then that was in 2020. And then in 2022, she came back, lost to Caitlin.
This is enough about Holly Holmes, man.
All right.
Okay, so what's your pick? You said Holly Holmes. Let's get it there. Okay, I'm going to go Yana Santos Konitskaya.
Okay, yeah. Whatever the fuck her name is.
Whatever.
So hold on. So now we're in the main event.
The juicy stuff.
The main event. Marlon Cheeto Vera.
El Pequeño.
Against Corey Sandhagen. So if you remember Corey Sandhagen's last fight,
woo! Corey Sandhagen's sick.
Fucked up Song Yadong.
Yeah.
When he cut his eye, they had doctor stoppage on that one.
It didn't really like super smoke him because Song Yadong was looking good in that fight. He was fucking up Corey too, but Corey was just... I think Song Yadong had more strikes than Corey did, but Corey had more significant elbows, spinning back fades, high kicks. He has an arsenal of weapons, bro. He's a very exciting fighter.
That was a doctor stoppage at the end of round 4, that one, because of that gash on the eye, because of the blood was just flowing right into his eye.
You know what's funny? Both those dirty gashes were on the same card. The last one, the Gregory Rodriguez. They both fought on the same card.
And Gregory Rodriguez's fight didn't get stopped because the blood wasn't going in his eyes.
His cut was worse,
His cut was worse for sure. They're going to see them both in this video. So you guys be the judge. And you can tell me in the comments, too, who you think, which cut is worse. And then before that, he lost a unanimous decision to
Piotr so let's talk about that last thing. Okay, so who did Corey beat?
Corey beat Song Yadong.
And you know who Cheeto lost to last?
Who Cheeto lost to last?
Yeah.
Jose Aldo was his last loss.
I think there's another name in there somewhere that he lost to. Song Yadong. Cheeto lost that featherweight to Song Yadong.
Hold on, how far? No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
Cheeto has 5 losses.
7 losses.
You're right. Song Yadong in 2020. Yeah.
So he lost to the guy that Corey Sandhagen beat. So
listen, you can't.
That was a long time ago.
MMA math doesn't really work, but
no, it doesn't. You're right.
But since then, he's been on a 4-fight win streak. Let's take in his last 3 fights. These guys are a bit older, but let's be honest,
they're 30.
They're dogs. They're dogs in this division.
For sure. They have different styles though.
He knocked out Frankie Edgar. He took Rob Font to a decision, won by decision. Barely, but a win's a win. A dub's a dub.
Bro, this is the thing with Cheeto. I bet, as a Spanish guy, I should be rooting for him. I bet against him his last 3 fights, and he's proved me wrong.
And also, he knocked out Dominic Cruz, and now Dominic Cruz is a fucking commentator.
But come on, guys.
He knocked his ass out right into fucking commentator.
Yeah, whatever.
Bro.
Go back and watch the Dominic Cruz Cheeto Vera fight. Cheeto Vera was losing the whole fight, got lucky with a kick.
But that's okay. A win's a win, bro.
But he was getting beat up. Dominic Cruz, the thing about Cheeto, he's very calculated, methodical, slow pace. He likes to like take his time. He sets his things up nice. He's like fights like a fighter that's seeing tunnel vision, right?
Well, if we're talking, he was getting his ass kicked the whole fight, and then he won last second. Let's talk about Leon Edwards, bro. Leon,
that's what I'm saying. Leon Edwards' guy's ass kicked. That's what I'm saying.
He's getting his ass kicked. It's all about how the fight ends.
I get it that they won.
You know
they won,
mean?
and that's cool and all. But I feel like they got outperformed, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
yes,
I agree with you. So
Cheeto got outperformed by Dominic Cruz, who's on his way out. Corey Sandhagen now, his pace is unbelievable, bro. I think, and this is a 5-rounder, right?
Yes,
so
a 5-rounder.
So like Cheeto is like more calculated. I feel like Corey Sandhagen is just gonna have a very large volume of strikes. He's gonna be striking, like he's gonna come strong like crazy. I feel like he has a point to prove because Cheeto's name gets brought up top of the bantamweight division. Sugar, Merab, Aljo, Peter Yan, but Corey's name it isn't. It's in the conversation.
It's like right there.
So he needs that statement. Yeah, he needs that statement, and I think he knows that, and he deserves to be in the conversation for top of the bantamweight division.
I agree with you, and next week we will talk about that. But
I see a very aggressive Corey Sandhagen in this fight. You're gonna see blood, and I feel like they're both gonna be hurt, and they're both not gonna fight for a while after this. I feel like they're both gonna leave with some, probably not severe, but minor injuries that's gonna put them on the sidelines for a bit, which is gonna give our boy
Sugar Sean O'Malley, Sugar Sean. Shout out to Sugar Sean. Shout out to Tim Welch. Shout out to the Sugar Show.
Shout out to the boys. Shout out to the TMS. Too much sperm. They're hilarious, bro. I watched that podcast and I watched the Bro O'Malley show religiously.
The Timbo Sugar Show and the Bro O'Malley podcast. If you're not on, you just been put on. Go check them out. They're fucking hilarious every time.
They're good.
So Cheeto or Sandhagen? I think I already know you're going Sandhagen.
Yeah, I feel like Sandhagen's going to cut him bad, hit him with the brutal elbows. Unpredictable striking's going to take over. He's going to be exciting to watch, but I think that Corey Sandhagen's going to get it late in the rounds, maybe 4th or 5th, or it's going to be by decision, but it's going to be Corey. It's going to be close. It's going to be a good bloody fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
You can already tell the shirt, Marlon. I'm going Cheeto Vera all the way. I'm gonna say this fight's gonna go to a decision because these guys are some dogs, bro. I think they're just gonna beat the shit out of each other for 5 rounds. And
has Cheeto fought a 5-rounder before?
Yes.
Okay.
His last
and Corey has 2, right? His last one.
Yeah, his last fight was a 5-rounder, and Cheeto's last 2 fights have been 5-rounders.
Honestly, thank you UFC, because this is a treat for a ESPN little fight night, bro. This is a treat. This could be main event to a legit card, to be honest.
Yeah, I would watch this as a main event to a pay-per-view.
And you just know it's going to be exciting. You know this is not going to be a boring fight. You know they're both going for it.
Okay, so Sandhagen for him, Cheeto for me. You guys got the picks. So now I got a question for Ariel Juan Carlos Facundo Leguizamo Martinez. What is your most anticipated fight of this year? What fight are you most excited to see this year? If you want a second to think, I'll go with mine.
Yeah, you tell yours, let me think.
But I might sound like a basic bitch here, but my most anticipated...
John Jones Stipe.
Nah, man. I always been a fan of Conor McGregor. He brought me back to the UFC and the MMA when I wasn't on it. So I'm excited to see Conor and who I think is one of the most exciting guys in the whole UFC, and Michael Chandler. And to be honest, the Ultimate Fighter show has been shit in recent years. So I think these guys can bring life back into that show. And then whenever their fight is, I think that shit... I bought him that bottle, by the way. Yes,
Conor McGregor.
Proper 12. So yeah, I'm just excited for that fight, man. Right off the top of the head.
When is that fight? Has it been booked?
Yeah,
because they finished filming the Ultimate Fighter.
They're filming right now.
They said they're finished filming.
Oh, they're finished filming.
Yeah, I just seen him. So Conor just went on Ariel, the other journalist.
Yeah, the other Ariel.
Ariel.
So the show ends in August, so they're looking to fight in September or October. So
because they
after
said
the end of
that
the show,
because he knows he's
still got to do USADA.
Yeah, he knows he was taking juice for the Roadhouse movie.
Yeah, the Roadhouse movie.
So he was doing steroids for that.
Too, yeah, his leg was bust. So,
but he said that he only needs 2 clean tests.
Yeah, but he also needs to be in the pool for 6 months. Him and USADA have been going back and forth as of late.
USADA hates the UFC, bro.
USADA hates everybody.
They hate.
All right, so I'm gonna let you all know we're running out of time here. We're trying to keep these to 30 minutes or less, so we're running out of time. So I need your most anticipated fight of the year, if you have one.
Bro, I want to see Brock Lesnar come back, but like he's not gonna come back. So like I'm gonna say I want to see, like I said last time, I want to see. I want to see Dariush versus Charles Oliveira.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. So that's a good one. That is a good one.
That's gonna be sick.
So
I like that division. That's why.
That is a good division.
And I feel like Charles, like
whoever wins that is gonna be number one contender again. And then
I don't know. Depends how this fight goes with Fizzy and Justin Gaethje tonight.
I still think
Justin Gaethje's gonna get back in the title.
I think if Gaethje wins, he has to fight someone like Dustin
He wins by
Poirier.
knockout on the first.
Okay. All right. So guys, the week of April 1st, there is no UFC fights. So next week we're gonna talk about fights we would like to see. We're gonna talk about the divisions, our thoughts on the rankings.
We're gonna break down the divisions.
We're gonna talk pound for pound, as well as that so important GOAT conversation. We're gonna talk about.
He thinks it's that important. I think it's a little bit of overrated. The sport is young, Everybody can.
We're gonna talk about it now. I don't want to.
And John Jones is so like up here.
Yeah.
That like the only person that could come back and like, aside for the pound for pound list right now, who's great fighters. I feel like if George St. Pierre came back and got like a knockout and a title, oh my god. So like, there's always a guy that if they come back, you're like, oh my god, remember him?
Yeah.
The sport is just young, right? So like, it's not like the NBA where like you're.
No, we got 30 years in.
Yeah,
right now.
30 years in. Yeah.
Right. So. Did you want to give a shout out, or you want to say next week?
Honestly, I want to give a shout out to everybody really that's been subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing their input, inboxing me, telling them what they like, what they don't like, even though people haven't really told me much of what they don't like, but I'm ears to everything. But I want to give this special shout out to Planet Paradise, which is at 51 Winchester Street, downtown Toronto. It's a cannabis lounge. You can go there, get faded, get a bunch of exotic snacks. I highly recommend checking it out. The whole place is a vibe. Like I said probably earlier, I think I said on the last episode, we're going to be making live shows and appearances at UFC events and just trying to talk to the fans, to the people. And that's probably going to be the place that we're going to hold it at. So it's a cannabis lounge that shows UFC events, and it's lit. Man, you guys should go check it out anytime if you're in Toronto or if you're...
Make sure if you do go, you tell them the HandWrap Pod sent you.
Tell them that you watch the HandWrap. And shout out to the owner, Rob. Honestly, bro, Rob's been hella supportive about the podcast, and we appreciate it all, bro. Good looking, homie. That's a great dude right there.
Thank you very much. So I got one last thing before we get out of here. So every week I want you guys to put something in the comments. So this week I want you guys to tell me your favorite fight of all time. It could be UFC, it could be boxing, it could be fucking WWE for all I care. I want you guys to tell me your favorite fight of all time in the comments. Next week we're gonna need some shit to talk about, so put it in the comments and we'll talk about it next week.
My favorite fight of all time, one time I allegedly beat up this guy outside No Frills. The man was talking shit, kicked my dog, I broke his face allegedly. So that's my favorite fight of all time.
So hey, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, follow us,
send an e-transfer.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at HandWrap Pod.
HandWrap, don't get your head wrapped.
Yeah.
I thought of that one. That one's sick. Yeah. HandWrap, don't get your head wrapped.
There we go. All right. I'm Matthew Boyd. That's Ariel Martinez. We'll see you next week for another episode of the HandWrap Podcast.
Love, guys. Love. Subscribe, remember.
Thank you. Subscribe. We out.